Richard, this is a quick video just to show you how to make some edits to your website and add a new blog. Okay, so once you've logged into your website, you'll see that you've got these different options at the top here. So if you're on a page and you want to make some changes, you can just click up here on Edit with Elementor and click it again. And that takes you straight into the editing screen. So you'll notice on the left-hand side you've got a panel called Elementor, and this has lots of different widgets that you can add to your page. And on the right-hand side of the screen you've got a preview of what your website looks like. If you hover above a different section, you'll see it comes up with these little blue markers, and if you click on that, you'll see in the left-hand side the panel heading changes. So this has changed to Edit Section. So you now have options within this panel on the left-hand side to make changes to this particular section. If you hover over, for example, here, this is the column icon. You'll see it changes to Edit Column. So any changes you make now will apply just to this column. And if you click on the text, you'll see here it changes to Edit Heading. So if you wanted to change some of the text in this heading, you could either click in this box and then change whatever it was that you wanted to change, or you could click in this box here on the left hand side and do it here as well, as you can see. And it's the same all the way down. So here, if we click on here, you can see that's editing that particular heading. And if we click here, this is now changing the text within that box. So it's quite straightforward. Where you've got links, if you click here, you'll see that you've got the link and you can edit the link here just by clicking on edit. It's quite good just to have a little play around and see what you can do with it. It's quite intuitive, I think. The only thing that's different on this page is the testimonials. If you click in the testimonials, you'll see it says edit shortcode, and that's because this is a plugin shortcode from the testimonial. It's created by the testimonial plugin. But I'll show you where you can add new testimonials to that. And this is a little button. Now the header and footer you don't change within this screen. If you've made some changes and you want to update it, you would just click on Update, and then you would come out. And to come out, you click in the little burger menu, the three stripes on the top left-hand side, and then click on either View Page or Exit to Dashboard. Now because I haven't updated, it's asking me if I want to leave the site, reminding me that any changes that I've made haven't been saved. I do want to leave because we don't want to make the changes. And that brings us to this page, which is the edit page for the home page. Now to come out to the dashboard, we're going to click on this WordPress icon here, and you can go back into Visit the Site up here by clicking on Visit Site. So you can go into Elementor straight away from any of these pages just by clicking on Edit with Elementor at the top there. Now if we go back into the dashboard, you can see as we go down we've got posts. If I click on posts, this is all of your blog posts, and as you can see all of the ones from Blogger have all been imported and they're now living here. If you want to create a new post, you just click up here on Add New, and then you would add a title. So just put test title in, and you can tab down and then just start writing your blog post. You can write it in another software package and then just copy and paste it in here. If you want to add any images, you would just click here on the plus sign, which says Add a Block, and you can click here on Browse All, and that will bring in another panel on the left hand side with different options. So if we scroll down, add an image, and it gives you the option to upload an image or go to the media library, or you can insert from a URL. So if we go to the media library so you can see what it looks like, this currently has all of your images in. So if you had an image that you wanted to add into your blog, you could pop it on your desktop and literally just drag it on to this screen and it will import it. You can also click on upload and select the files and then go and find the image that you want to add from your files. When you've got it selected, you just click on select and it pops it in like this. So you can change the size and the layout, the alignment, all sorts of things in here. And then you can just carry on going down, add a new paragraph and carry on typing. Then as you go down, if we click on post on the left hand side here, this is where you've got your categories. So you would select the categories that you want this to go into, this new post. You can select a primary category if there's one that is the main one, and you can set your featured image, which is the one that will show in the blog posts menu. Okay, and if we scroll down a little bit more, you'll see here that we've got Yoast SEO as a section. Now the SEO is search engine optimization, and this will show you what your post is going to look like in Google. It's automatically going to put in the title that you've called it and the site title, but you can add in a better short description here. So this post is a test example, and that's what would show in Google. And it's a good idea to do that because otherwise Google will just select random text. It might be the first paragraph of text which might not be the best bit that you want for your meta description. Then when you're happy with your blog post, you can either save it as a draft and preview it. You can preview it in a new tab. You've got your title, you've got your categories, you've got your text and your image there. Or you can click on publish, or if you want to, if we click here on post, you can schedule it if you wanted it to go out on a particular day. If I choose next Friday, you can see this changes to schedule, and I can click on schedule and it will automatically post it then. I don't want to save this though, so I'm going to click here and I'm going to leave the site, and then I'm going to delete this. So I'm just going to click on bin, and that's deleted it. So that's where all your posts are. The media library we had a quick look at. This is where all your images are. If you wanted to upload any PDFs or anything like that, then they'd also end up in here. I'm going to click on this one. This is the one that I added earlier, and we can just delete that. So if I click on delete permanently, okay, that's got rid of that one there. Now it's a good idea to add alternative text to any of your images and optimize them. It will help anybody that's using a website reader to recognize what the image is of, and it's just good for optimizing for SEO again. Now the next one is pages. Pages, this is where we've got all of our different pages on the website, and you can go in here. If you click on edit or edit with Elementor, you can get into the same editing screen from here as well. Testimonials, this is where all your testimonials are. You'll see it's a very similar layout to the pages and the posts. So if we click on this one, you can see we've just got the initials in the top here. The testimonial you can just copy and paste in there. And then we've just got the initials for the full name. And then on the right hand side, you've got the testimonial categories. We've got home, coaching to thrive, direction to thrive, and thriving conversations. So some of them I've selected for home and their categories. This one you wanted to be on the top of home, so I've just selected this one as home, and you wanted a different one to be on the top of coaching to thrive. So I've removed this one from coaching to thrive for the time being. But you can easily add it back in if you wanted to. And if we go back to all of the testimonials, you can see here which categories they're in. So you can change those about if you want to. To add a new testimonial, you would just click on Add New. Now if we go down here, you don't need to worry about most of this. The only things that you do need to have a look at fairly regularly are the plugins and any updates. Now, if there are any updates that need doing, you'll see when you log in that there'll be this little update notification at the top here, which says one plugin update. And also you'll see a little red circle next to plugins here. So if you click on that, this is where all the plugins are. Now, plugins are like little apps that are used to build the website. So you can see Elementor is an app. There's another app for adding in the different fonts that you wanted, another app for the color palettes. And if you scroll down, most of them are blue, but you'll see any that need updating have got an orange background and a little update sign there. If you had a few that needed updating, you could just select those by clicking on Update Available at the top, and that will just show the ones that need updating. Now, it's always a good idea to do a backup of your website before updating, just in case anything peculiar happens with the update. It doesn't happen very often, but occasionally it might do. But to update the plugin, you'd literally just click on Update Now, and then it lets you know when it's all done. If we go back to the plugins, you can see there's no plugins that need updating. Now, if we scroll down here to users, it's always a good idea if you want to give somebody access to your website to create a new user, and then if you want to remove their access, it's a lot easier to do than changing your own password or remembering to do that. So if you add somebody as a new user, it makes life a bit easier. You can also keep track of what they've been up to on your site as well. And here we've got all-in-one WP migration. Now this is what we're using for the backups. If you click on here, you'll see you've got export to, and then if you click on here, you can select file, and this literally creates a full backup of your website. So if you ever needed to reinstall it, or there was a problem with it and you needed to go back to a previous version, you can literally reinstall your whole website from this backup. And I recommend, if you're doing new blogs fairly regularly, creating a new backup after every blog or before any major updates, just so that you always know that you've got a backup handy. When it's ready, you see it doesn't take very long. You just click on download and then you select where you want it to go. I generally pop it onto my desktop, and then you can move it into a USB file or pop it somewhere that you know where it is. Then click on close, and that's it. If you click down to backups, you can see there's the backup that we just created, so it's also on there. But I do like to have a copy of it saved somewhere where I know where it is, just to be on the safe side. Okay, I hope that all makes sense, but do let me know if there's anything that you're not sure about. Thanks very much, Richard. Bye.